Hi there. I can't hear you.
Yeah, I forgot
Ah,
to switch my microphone on. Can you hear me now?
yes,
Thanks for
yes.
I always forget.
Well, at least one person told you.
Yeah, that's great. Let me just let somebody else in. Oh,
Okay.
great to see you. I'm so glad I got you the right link in the end.
Yeah,
Um,
it just didn't work when I
oh,
tried it yesterday, but I'm glad it did.
and apparently, but I think sometimes the links on LinkedIn um, stop functioning. I think it's to do with Wi-Fi and internet unstable internet. And I'm in Japan, so quite often we have very unstable internet. So maybe it was that. We checked it,
Could be.
we tested it, and it was fine. So there we are.
At least I got it. I was going through my spam and then I saw it. I was like, oh God, I haven't clicked on the sign up yet. So I did that
I
about
see.
40 minutes ago.
Oh, really? Oh, good.
Yeah.
Oh, well, it's great to see you anyway. So welcome. Yeah, this is, as you know, it's called Mindful Million. No, it's not. Let me just check off from I've just been doing a mindful session and come straight to this. So this is the Millionaire Mindset Breakthrough.
Mhm.
And today's event 7, we've been running this now for 7 weeks. Well, in fact, we started running it last year. We did a whole um, cycle last year. And we've started this again. So we're going to be running this all year, in fact.
Okay.
And today, just let me get my little notes. Here we are. Yeah, event 7 is called Price Your Worth. And I think maybe you're quite interested in this because it's all about valuing skills, which when you're out on your own is really quite difficult, isn't it?
Indeed. Not
Mm.
trading time for money.
That's right. And, it takes some shifting of mindset to be able to realize that it's a whole conspiracy. The time trade for money is a complete conspiracy. It just, is workforce kind of propaganda, really. Oh, here's
Yeah.
Richard. Oh, let me just let Richard Sylvester in. He was here last year. He's great. Sorry, last week. He
Oh,
was
last week. Okay.
so.
So this runs every week, does it? That your
Yes,
event?
this runs every week.
Okay.
I'm here every week, and if you, I'll show you in a moment the startup guide, which you'll get a copy of
Okay.
in the follow-up mail. And you can see there all the different themes. There you are, Richard. Hello. Welcome again. Nice to see you. And Natasha too. Welcome. I must introduce you to Natasha. Hi, Richard. Lovely to see you again.
Yes.
Um, Natasha is my assistant. She's going to be helping me today, and in fact, she helps me every day. She's a wonderful help. And she'll appear later on, I'm sure, to say hello. But yes, the events happen every week, and always the same time, same place. And I'm
Same
great.
link?
Sorry,
Same link?
same link. Yes, same link. You're going
Okay.
to be you're going to be worried about that. No, but it's the same link, honestly.
That's
So
fine. I can use it again then. That's
yes, you
fine.
can. So if it
Yeah.
doesn't work, Dawn, I think the best thing to do is just try it again in another tab. You know, it's probably something to do with Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it worked once you sent it to me on the email. I'd followed the link to your page, and then I just couldn't. It wasn't taking me anywhere to. Oh, it took me to an old. I think I did so many things yesterday, but I think it took me to an old
Oh, really?
something that was out of date back from October 24.
Oh, really? Yes, I remember seeing that now on our talk. Yeah, I don't know what that was about.
Yeah, so it's not, I don't think it was an internet thing. It could be, of course, but because it took me somewhere, but it didn't take me to the right thing, somehow it wasn't right. But And maybe that could affect other people signing up. You never know.
Yes, you're right. And so we will check that. Natasha, I'll get you to check that again, please, if you would, and make sure we're sending
No
out the
problem, Lindy.
right link. Thank you, Natasha. Thank you. Okay. So Richard, how are you doing? You okay?
Fine, thanks.
Good.
It's nice that we've got my first name as an option. Although I noticed that you choose your middle name as a as your Lyndon, not Charlie. Is that am I right in that?
That's right. Yeah, we should explain to Dawn that last week Richard was here, but we also had another Richard. So it was a real problem. So we called him Sydney. We called Richard Sylvester Sydney because that's his middle name. And we called the other Richard Richard. But today there's no problem. We can call you Richard. And yes, don't call me Charlie. That was a different phase of my life. I'm definitely a Lyndon these days. And
I thought about me. My spell checker had Thorpe. It asked me to change to an E, so I said no. Thorpe without an E is the spelling.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I'm very rare. No, there aren't many Thorpes without an E, so it's a pretty rare name. Yeah, yeah. Thank you. Okay, so let's get cracking. And Richard, I need to talk to you. I've got a proposition to put to you later.
Oh,
So let's have a conversation
Looking
later.
forward to it.
Yeah. Since last week, I've had a big sea change about things, and I've got a new scheme going, which I think will very much
well,
appeal.
I'm interested to hear about that as well. But
My tactic worked. Trying to get you curious.
Please assist for that one.
Actually, I'm going to mention it in a moment in my presentation. So let's get to it. I'm going to talk to you. First of all, let me share my screen. And it may be really good if you have a pen and paper there, because I'm going to ask you about some questions so that we can have a discussion. And before we start, I just want to show you this. Can you see my screen okay?
Well, I take my glasses.
Okay. Is it all right?
yes.
Dawn, can you see it? You can see, okay, good. So this is the download you can get today, and we'll send it to you, and it will be in the chat as well. Natasha will put the link in the chat if you're keen. And so I've put together this pricing confidence PDF. And really, it does cover some pretty strategic things. You know, for example, limiting beliefs, reframing your pricing mindset, charging with confidence. And to do that, I advocate mindfulness. I'm a mindful educator. And so always my goal setting is mindful. And, you know, everything I do really is connected to rewiring. We have to rewire if we want to really be successful. And especially if we're women. Sorry, Richard, but this especially applies to women because, you know, there is such a long history of us not succeeding and, you know, being the property of men and all of that. I don't want to go into that because it'll just get me all worked up. But I think this really applies to women so much more than most men. But I'm meeting more and more men who have problems with this. So it's really interesting. So yes, I advocate affirmations, visualization, and meditational practices to get your prices aligned. Now that might come as something of a shock to you, but yeah, I've been doing it for years, and I can show you how to do it very easily. So I've made this step-by-step document here. And these 5 questions are the questions I'd like you to think about. Okay, just jot them down if you can. Remember them. I'll show you my slides in a moment. So the first one is, you know, why aren't you charging more? What's stopping you? What do you perceive as the block to charging more than you would like than you do, or as much as you would like to. Let's get the language right, okay? And maybe it's fear of rejection. That's what I'm finding with many people I talk to about this. They're terrified of people saying, okay, well, if you're going to charge that much, I'm leaving and I'm going to blacken your name or whatever. And there's some kind of deep-seated fear of rejection. Well, I think most Westerners, so-called developed nations, have guilt around money. It's inbred almost, unless, of course, you're born into a very privileged family. And then even privileged people I know have lots of problems about money. There is a huge amount of guilt attached to it, whether you're poor or whether you're rich. It's clear. And maybe if you're striking out in your own business, you might be worried that your clients just won't pay. They may turn around and say, I'm not paying that much for this. Okay. And then fifthly, we are heavily conditioned with the work ethic. We're conditioned that money is something very hard to get. I hope you'll agree with me there. So those are the 5 kind of key questions I'd like you to just contemplate for a moment. And when I've just given you a short presentation, very short, then we can get down to talking about those. This document may be really useful to you because I've included lots of little exercises to do, reflective exercises. So you can see here, you know, what are your earliest memories? And it's very probable that your pricing struggles come from those subconscious beliefs. You may not even know that you've got them. Yeah. So we have to dig deep and then we have to rewire them, which is not a quick fix. It takes time. I'm working with a couple of people right now. It's taking quite a lot of time for them to, first of all, reach those subconscious beliefs and then start to change them and rewire them. So, you know, it's not a quick fix. Now, step 2 is, this idea that money is scarce. Money is not scarce because money is energy. Whether it's in the form of precious stones, coins, banknotes, stocks, shares, whatever it is, it's not scarce because actually it's just energy. If you've ever thought, what is money? What is this thing that is the plague of my life? We can see it as pure energy, and it flows to those who welcome it. But it doesn't flow if there are obstacles or if there's friction. It needs a very smooth connection. And that's where mindfulness comes in, meditation, affirmations, NLP, all of these things are in my background. I'm an NLP master as well as meditation teacher. I'm a Buddhist priest, and I've brought all this together to create this, I think, very special package of events. So, yeah, if we perceive money then, or if we reframe money as energy, then it's not at all scarce. Energy is not scarce. It is everywhere. So this really depends on shifting your mindset and stopping chasing after it. If we chase after it, we'll never catch it. It's the ego. That is the ego. To attract money, you don't need ego. What you need is gratitude for what you've got already. Everybody here has a comfortable home, I guess. You don't sleep on the street, I guess. You know, I'm guessing, I may be wrong, forgive me if I am, but we're all really very comfortable in our lives. We may not think we have enough money, but that's another question. That's another area. So if we, instead of chasing after money out there, if we come inside and focus our minds on gratitude for what we've got and on the notion of abundance, because the universe is abundant. If we look at nature as our model, we can see that, you know, it's remarkably abundant. Growth happens all the time. The seasons change. There's change all the time. And it is abundant. Of course, we're damaging it at the moment, but that will stop, I'm confident. So if we can change our mindset from one of scarcity to abundance, we're going to have big results. I can promise you. And I've been doing this for some time now, and yeah, I'm attracting lots of wealth, lots of wonderful connections, because I'm not going out there chasing after them. They're coming to me. So there's a lot to be said for staying still and being content and being a magnet. You are a magnet. And letting things come to you. Okay, we'll touch on that in a moment again. So yeah, there's some visualization here. I don't know how familiar you are with this. I teach visualization in a very animated and sensual way. It's not just about seeing a 2D picture. It's a 3D experience. So if you're interested in learning more about visualization, yeah, please DM me and I'll tell you more. So there's a visualization exercise there to do. And by doing this, you will start the rewiring process of your unconscious mind to align with your pricing confidence. But pricing is all about confidence. In fact, it's only about confidence. Okay. Step 3, affirmations. These are so powerful. These are 4 of my favorites. These work. I confidently charge my worth because my work creates transformation. You, as coaches and people on LinkedIn, you are transforming other people. And that is a remarkable thing to be able to do. Transformation, to be able to bring about people's transformation is amazing. And people will pay as much as you want them to if they realize that. And more importantly, if you realize that. Money flows freely and abundantly to me. My pricing reflects the value I bring to the world. Premium clients are happy to pay me for my expertise. So these are just a very, very few of lots of affirmations that I've created and use. And it's good to write them down, pin them on the wall, keep repeating them. And when you're very busy, have a little rest. Lower your eyes, lower your gaze from your screen, and just gently repeat one of these. It's so calming and soothing apart from anything else. So that's my gift to you, 4 affirmations. Now, here's the pricing growth strategy. Now, this is month by month. So if you feel like embarking upon a monthly roadmap, then this works. And I've had it work with several clients now. we start off with auditing, become more aware of our products and our services. We make adjustments. Month 3 is about value-based pricing, and we're charging for impact, not hours. Hours don't come into this. I was mentioning this to Dawn before you came, Richard. You know, this hourly pay thing is a complete conspiracy, you know, just to get a workforce together. So, yeah, we're looking at impact. What is the impact of your work with your clients and with your customers? Not the hours spent. And a few more little tips there. Month 4 is where you start to upgrade your mindset. You don't want low paying clients. Why would you? They will undervalue your work. So if people are not prepared to pay what you want and what you value your transformational powers at, why would you want to work with them? That's another really good reason to charge a very big sum. So this is in month 4, where we can increase your rates by 10 to 20%. This really works, this 6-month strategy. Month 5 is where you start to scale and expand. Of course, I don't know where you both are in your businesses right now, or anybody else out there, but I can easily give you an audit to show you where you are in terms of skills and strategies. So in month 5, then we can start to prepare your signature offer. And this would be a consulting package. Okay. And in a moment, I'll tell you about my legacy partnership model, which I wanted to talk to Richard about, and Dawn is curious. So I'll tell you about that in a moment. And this is where we use referral strategies and testimonials and so on to grow a high ticket clientele. And then finally, in the 6th month, then you're getting close to mastering this. We can review, celebrate your wins, and then you start to expand into corporate or premium markets, maybe into passive income models. And so you set new financial goals for the next 6 months. So this 6-month strategy really works. I've seen it work very well indeed. So don't worry, you'll get this as a downloadable, so don't worry too much about the detail. So if you follow this model, then you know, you're going to make a big change. And then finally, yeah, let me talk about the legacy partnership and the higher purpose. Now, this again is connected to not chasing after money, not being a sole warrior out there looking for money, looking for jobs, all alone, working so hard, you know. We don't need to do that, because if we help others to build wealth, this is the fastest way for us to build it. Now, this is an ancient law, really. The law of the universe says that, you know, if you help others, then you will be helped. I'm sure you both know that idea very, very closely and very deeply. It's true. But of course, when we're out in the marketplace as a sole owner or solopreneur, or even leading a team or whatever position we're in, then we tend to be desperate to get the money, to get the kudos, to get the referrals and so on. And that desperation is probably what is blocking you from charging what you think you're worth. So I've developed this partnership. It's called the Legacy Partnership. And this is where you build your wealth with me as your mentor. And in turn, you mentor someone else to succeed. And I feel so strongly about this because, do you know, there are 3.5 billion people presently who are not connected to the internet, who have no means of connecting to the internet. They have no chance. And with the uncertain future, with the rise of AI, with the loss of 400,000 jobs by 2030, etc., the traditional work model is really very, very unstable and crumbling really rapidly. And so I'm very desperate in a way, not desperate, passionate to help as many people as I can get the skills they need, get a website, get a landing page, get out onto the internet and start to attract wealth. So with this scheme, we can leverage premium pricing while guiding an underprivileged entrepreneur. And we can create an impact through this kind of mentorship and sponsorship. Now, this is something that Richard finally last week pushed me to the edge of this. This has been in my mind for so long. And this last week, I decided to get it together and get it up and working. So thank you for that. There's a little video here which shows you what is involved in more detail. And so, yes, you'll be able to watch this later. So if you follow these steps, then the final step and the most important step is action. If we can take in any amount of detail and ideas and ideals and goals and all of that stuff, but there's only one way that you're going to become successful with your pricing, and that is to take action right now. You need to decide on one pricing shift to implement today. And you need to write down your new pricing structure and really own it. Then I suggest the next thing to do is to book a strategy call with me, and I will help you refine your approach. But the time is now. If we procrastinate, then we maybe will never do this. We'll never get round to it. It's something we want to do, but we push it away by procrastinating. The thing to do is take action now. You probably have passion for your product or your service or your mission, in Richard's case. But if you don't take action, then the fire will go out eventually. It's commitment that will make that fire burn on. And this really is all that pricing confidence is. And that's why I've given you a 6-month scheme here, because it's something you need to commit to for a period of time, and you need to every day work on it and be committed to it. And it's like building a hugely strong
Richard, do you want to put yourself on mute?
Yes, could you, Richard? Sorry. Thank you.
Well, I just need to go and get Chris her medication briefly, and that's what I put in the thing to.
Well, look, I'll put you on. I put him on mute. I didn't want to do it because I thought he was. I don't know what I thought he was doing, but yes, it was getting a bit difficult to hear. So sorry, Richard, to mute you. Okay, so yeah, this pricing thing, valuing your worth, is really not a flash in the pan thing. It's about the passion that you feel for pricing your worth. Right now, you're probably thinking, yeah, I'm really worth this much. What I do is extraordinary. I believe in it. I'm worth this much. Okay, you're thinking that maybe now. But if you don't grab that and own it and take action on it on 100% daily basis, then the fire will go out. Maybe, that's happened to you. And so it's a question of taking action right now and getting on with this strategy and talking to me. And I will certainly give you an audit, and I will get you taking action. Okay. Let me stop sharing. How does that sound? Any comments, questions, any thoughts? Dawn, how about you?
It's funny because only yesterday I had a conversation with a client, or should I say a potential client, and I decided there and then that actually there would be no discounts. There, actually that there would be an increase. She wouldn't know that, but I decided no, actually the offer that I had is, it's just a price to them, it's just a number, but they need to understand the value that it brings, and I'm not trading time for money. So I, in my head, I increased my price, gave her the new price, if you like. So I'm waiting to hear if she's interested or not, and if she's not, then she's not my client.
Absolutely, that's right. You don't want to be working with her if she's not willing to pay what you
No.
are worth. That's right. And that's what I meant by chasing after money. It's like we're begging almost,
I know, and it doesn't make you feel great. I mean,
No.
I've got one of my very early clients was a friend, a friend from a long time ago. So there was enough distance between us. Like her new situation was nothing that I knew about. And I helped her out with mates rates. And yeah, I fell foul of that. I realized what I'd done. And did it help her out? Absolutely. Did she get value for money? More than, of course. But she's now not prepared to pay the higher rate that I will charge other clients. And so again, this has happened all in the last few weeks, I would say, in that I've decided, in fact, I followed up with her yesterday to say, let's have a catch up. And she said, is this a catch up or is this about me with new sessions? I said, no, just purely a catch up. I know that you can't afford to pay my prices. This is separate.
Good. Yeah, it never works. It just never ever works, I'm afraid. And I'm very strict about that. If people want my input, they have to pay, whether they're friends or not. And, if they are not prepared to pay, then there's something wrong there. There's that, they probably have a poverty mindset, which is so common.
I think it's a really interesting subject when we talk about the coaching fraternity as a whole. I mean, I've been coaching for years in different guises, just to keep that simple, but in different guises. But my most recent training qualification certification, one of the modules was about the business aspect, which was this bit. I mean, I actually think it's unethical where so many people are being trained to be coaches, and there is very little understanding that coaching is the delivery side, but the business side is a whole different ballgame. And with that, when they talked about in this particular module of this training, they talked about pro bono coaching. And I raised my hand and I said, I've got a problem with this. I've really got a problem with this. I said, because you're telling everyone that they should, and I'm going to underline the word should, do pro bono coaching. What message is that giving both to the coaches and those clients? And then what happens is they say to their friends, I've had 6 wonderful sessions. It was amazing. And guess what? It was free, right? Guess what? You can get it for free. So don't even think about paying for it. And that word has spread like wildfire, and they're not the only coaching, teaching organization to do that. They all do it, or not all.
Yes,
Many.
I know it well. The education coaching sphere is really a nightmare, and I'm completely finished with all that. And so my whole millionaire thing is I'm mentored by a millionaire right now. I'm earning pretty good income from the internet as an affiliate marketer. I don't touch teaching or coaching at all now. I'm a mentor, and I can guarantee that people will make an income from the internet. Affiliate marketing is the quickest, easiest, cheapest way to do that, because there's no investment at the initial stage. And it's a wonderful thing to do because you're recommending heartily a product that you respect and appreciate, and sharing that with someone who wants to have the same thing. It's a really very noble thing to do, and I love it. And I love not being in the middle of the teaching, the education for nothing argument, because it's another conspiracy. That it makes me really
Isn't it
angry.
just?
Absolutely. And I've suffered from it all my life. So when I retired as a teacher, a university teacher, 2 years ago, that was it. I realized, I woke up in a sweat one day, and I realized how much I'd been taken for a ride.
Very much. And what kind of products do you affiliate with?
Right. Well, if you join my merry band, then I promote Michael Cheney. Michael Cheney is a multimillionaire. He has built his wealth entirely on affiliate marketing from the internet. He's now in his 25th year. And he's taught me everything I know about mentoring and about wealth attraction. He's a highly spiritual person as well. So I recommend I affiliate market his products. And they are mostly information products about wealth attraction, and traffic systems and things like that. I also I'm an affiliate marketer for website design, because every entrepreneur needs a website or a landing page. So I'm a digital literacy person. So that's what I used to teach, among other things.
Oh, right.
And so I can mentor people to make a website like that and help them get content on it. And so hence my legacy partnership idea. I want to sponsor some third world people to come and do a digital literacy webinar. And then I want to get paying members to sponsor them and bring them on as affiliate marketers. And I can tell you much more about this. I've got a guide and so on. Anyway, you'll read more about it in the document I showed you a minute ago. And I represent other products too. AI. I've been involved in developing AI products for marketing. And so I promote those. And I'm also a Buddhist, as you know, as I mentioned. And I have a couple of spiritual websites, and I promote Tibetan products, Tibetan singing bells, incense, all the kind of Buddhist paraphernalia to help, especially Tibet, because I was a Tibetan Buddhist for a long time, and I'm
Oh,
very sad about what's happened there. So I represent those products. And so really what I'm doing is I'm making an income, very decent income, from promoting people and products that I love and respect. And I think that's hugely noble. I think many people think, oh, affiliate marketing, that sounds a little bit queer, a little bit strange, but it's not. It's extremely noble.
It's not strange or queer as you call it. It can be ethical, it can be unethical.
Yes,
So
that's true.
for example, I recommend some ecological washing sheets and dishwasher tablets. I recommend them to my friends, but earlier on I was thinking I really ought to sort up my link tree for that on Instagram, which I don't use very often, but things like that. But I, I'm I really feel strongly that it needs to be ethical. You
Absolutely.
know, because there's a lot of influencers. I hate that stupid
Yes.
word. It's they're paid puppets
Yes.
spouting
Yeah.
rubbish
Yeah.
about certain things. I won't go into political stuff because we'll be here all day
Yes.
about what I think is right or wrong.
Yes.
However, I really feel strongly about the people using their position of power to tell people to do certain things in the medical world, etc., etc.
Yes, it has to be ethical. And of course, being a Buddhist, I would never ever enter into anything that wasn't. And yeah, it is misunderstood. It is mostly misunderstood. And that's another of my missions, to make it kind of openly accepted. And to make people realize that the future is so uncertain for us. The one
Yeah,
thing we can be sure of is the internet. We can be certain of that. And it's growing exponentially. 6 billion users today, 10 billion by 2040. It's growing exponentially. And so there's never a dip in the market. The market is huge and alive, and it will always be so. And I really strongly feel that the internet is our hub, our refuge of the future. Another pandemic, and we're sunk, aren't we? But with the internet, we could keep going. I taught all my classes on Zoom for 5 years. Without the internet, then the whole thing would have folded up, and all the students would have wanted their refunds.
Mm.
So I really
And
want to
how
invest.
did you said Michael Chaney? How did you meet him? How did you come
Michael
across?
Chaney, yeah. Now there's a story. Well, it was amazing, really. I retired, as I said, 2 years ago, and for several months I was in a complete state of shock. I was kind of wandering around thinking, what has happened, and what am I doing, and what am I going to do? And after I kind of woke up from this period of, I think, burnout, really. I was showing symptoms of burnout. Once I got myself together, I started to reflect and, of course, meditate and so on. What was I going to do now? So I first of all thought, right, I want to help as many people as I can. That's always been my thing. And I'm not going to do it through education anymore. I've done it enough now. for this conspiratorial thing called education. I want to do it in a different way. So, and then I started to think, and money, what about my relationship with money? It's terrible. This is where I realized that I suffered from poverty mindset, and that all my life I'd been conditioned to think there was never enough money. My family was always troubled about money. Then we settled for the hourly rate, and we raced to get promoted and climb up this ladder, which is a complete myth. Another conspiracy, I reckon. And I said, no, I'm not doing any more of that. No more of that. So I want to be a millionaire. I'm going to eradicate all my beliefs about money, all my limiting beliefs about me, and I'm going to get out there and become a millionaire. So it's very simple. What I did was I sat at my computer and I typed into Google search millionaire mentor. Those two words. Michael Cheney came up first. After the
With his sponsored ads.
After the sponsored ads, he was there. I listened to him speak. I was knocked out by him. He is the most transparent person I've ever come across in my life. He spilled the beans, and he was looking for apprentices, as I am. That's what I'm doing. I'm looking for apprentices to become millionaires. And so I applied. He gave me a roasting. We got on really well. And he said, yep, I want you. So I started. So within a couple of days, I was already starting to learn marketing skills, all the skills I needed to become a marketer. Everybody needs to be a marketer. We all need to be marketers.
Yes.
I am now a very skilled marketer after 1 year of intensive work with him. I've got my own products together. I am an affiliate marketer for him and others. And it's building very, very well. I'm loving it. And most important of all, I'm a writer. That's my big thing. I've written many books. And my ideal life is writing all day, every day. That's what I want to do. And that's what I'm doing, because I'm creating content all the time. I'm in the middle of a business book, which will tell this story, which I hope will be published in the middle of this year. I am every day creating endless pieces of content. Natasha will tell you, she helps me with all this. She gets it all out there onto LinkedIn and other platforms. And I'm in heaven, and I'm building a wonderful income. And the future is so bright and so excited. Yeah, it's
amazing.
I love it. So I'd love to tell you more about it. And I am looking for apprentices to get their mindset into the right condition. And let me just show you. Sorry, Richard, you can't get a word in edgeways, can you? I'll talk to you in 1 second. Just let me show you this, Dawn. Where is it? Here it is. Yeah. Now we'll send you a copy of this. This is the startup guide for these events. And I'll show you 2025. This is the wrong one, I think, but never mind. It talks quite a lot about mindset and so on, my experiences. And then it gives you the event series here. And so these 13 events will break apart your mindset, and you will develop a millionaire mindset. Now, at this stage, because I'm still very new to these events, I'm not getting people attending every week, apart from people like Richard, who came back for a second time, which is wonderful. But if people were to work through these 13 events, by event 13, they would be ready to become an apprentice, a millionaire apprentice. They'd be ready to start the training and to get out there and establish themselves in the limelight of the internet as an entrepreneur, not a coach, not a teacher, an entrepreneur, using the internet to make money and to help others. So we can do both with the internet. So you'll get a copy of this. There are various trainings I've developed. There's a website training. There's a live ebook. There are 5 videos. Michael Cheney, and he really spills the beans about affiliate marketing. You might be very interested in that, Dawn. And then eventually, when you work through all of that, you will get invited to become an apprentice, as I was. You make an investment, a small investment, and you join school. So this is Millionaires School, Millionaire Apprentice School. I go here every day. I'm one of the leaders now. And here we get training from Michael Cheney twice a week. We get coaching, we join groups, we get offers going, we join launches. So I help him launch all his products. We all do. And we learn something all the time on this school. And so, yeah, it's fabulous. And there's a little message. And these are my 4 websites. So in the last 9 months, I've created 4 websites from scratch, which are each bringing money in. And in each case, I'm representing products as an affiliate marketer. I'm also going to turn them into membership sites eventually and get income from that. So you can see, you'll be able to read everything in there, Dawn, and have a real good look at it. And when you've got questions, then don't hesitate to DM me. And I think it would be a really good thing, definitely for Richard, if you could look at my Calendly. And Natasha, if she's there, she'll put my Calendly link maybe in the chat now. And you can just book a time with me. You know, it'll be initially 20 minutes, but it'll probably be longer than that. And I'm in Japan. So if you use my Calendly, it will give you my free times in your time zone. So Calendly is a great way to do that, as you probably know. If you book a time as soon as possible, because remember, strike while the iron's hot. Don't let thought get in the way. Action is the thing. That a thought is a dangerous thing, because it just
Isn't it just?
Isn't it? We just go good, round and round and round, and we never get anything done. Action is the thing. And it's funny because the Buddha, who is my hero, said that so strongly. He said, don't think, act. And it is action that will make you into a millionaire. Let me just finish off by showing you this wonderful presentation, which is, I'll do very quickly because out of time. It just will add a few more bits and pieces to what I've told you so far. If I can just get back there, just a moment. Oops. Oh, now what's happened to me? I don't want that, do I? How do I get back?
Escape?
Oh, there we are. Okay. Okay, yeah, fine. Okay. I'm still not going back as far as I need to. Just a moment. What's going wrong here? Oh, no. Sorry. I'm getting the wrong. For some reason, my annotator is covering my little arrow, so I can't get back there. Go away. Oh, okay. There we are. Okay. Let me just quickly go through these slides. we've made, but haven't used. So yeah, price your worth, unlock your pricing power, attract premium clients, and build sustainable wealth. Now, this is my mission statement, the Escape the 9-to-5 Grind mission statement. I want to empower professionals to break free from the 9-to-5 system, achieve financial freedom, fulfillment, and generational impact. And the legacy partnership ensures that wealth and wisdom are passed down, not just for our generation, but to future generations, which will create a lasting ripple effect. I also have the Millionaire Commitment Path, which is a fast track to becoming a millionaire, which really follows these events in a way. And this is a blueprint for sustained success, but it's built on action. So it's all about action, digital leverage, and my mentorship. And really, this is a revolution, not just a movement, because I'm so desperate that people reclaim their future and build their own legacy, which is what I am doing. And I'm doing it very, very quickly. And we should start today. Okay. So this series covers all aspects of this pathway, mindset, skills, influence, and visibility. And today, I hope you've learned something about pricing confidence, how to transition to value-based pricing, etc., and about your fears and doubts, which block your financial success. And here's the 6-month growth plan. Maybe you can see it more clearly in these lovely slides Natasha put together for me. So we start auditing, becoming aware, then we make small adjustments, then we make strategic price changes, then positioning and upgrading the mindset, scaling, and finally expanding. And these are some of the things we need to do in month 1. We need to do market research. We need to review our past pricing mistakes. And we need to identify and reframe our limiting beliefs. So month 1 is the most important in many, many ways. In month 2, we want to increase our rates by between 10-15% at least. We need client testimonials, good ones, and I can teach you how to get really good testimonials. And we need to stop associating with the wrong people. Now, I learned this. It was a very extraordinary lesson when I retired from education, which had been my passion all my life. I realized very clearly that I was associating with the paupers. All my friends were in education. So they were all doing the same thing, undervaluing themselves, working 10 times harder than they were paid for per hour. And so I decided by finding a mentor who was a multimillionaire, I'd start associating with a different sect. I now have 6 or 7 friends who are millionaires, and they are wonderful people. They think in a very different way. They live very differently, not just because of their money, but because they've made huge shifts in their mindset. So that's really important. In month 3, then we have to we would move to value-based pricing and tiered pricing. And 3 tiers is always good. Your basic, your premium, and then your VIP. Okay. And we would shift our focus entirely from hours worked. Nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. No longer hourly pay. In the 4th month, then we start to really own our value, and we reject low-paying offers. We're confident enough to reject them. So we raise by 10 to 20% our prices. And this strengthens the mindset. And we've got affirmations, visualization going on to really hold us up and sustain us. In month 5, we scale and leverage. Now, this means expanding what you're offering, creating a signature offer or a flagship offer or product. And I really recommend making your own products. Okay. And I have done that. I know how to do it, and it really is so lucrative. Building partnerships and attracting referrals from the right people, getting the right crowd, attracting the right audience. And My Legacy partnership is going to become really important to make sure that people are increasing their own wealth, but also giving back, because there is so much guilt around wealth and money. And so I think this partnership is going to really inspire people to go ahead and work on marketing skills and valuing, so that they can bring somebody else on, as I am doing. And this is really important partnership. And then finally, by month 6, then you're ready to expand. You're dominating your market on LinkedIn. You've got a 91% SSL. You're only attracting high ticket clients and corporate clients. You've got new income goals, and your pricing model is going through the roof by then. So yeah, I offer 2 routes to success. One is the Millionaire Commitment Path. Okay, this is 3-tier. You have to pay. I'm not going to discuss the rates here, but if you DM me, I will go through this with you with pleasure. This is intensive training, and it's an accelerated millionaire strategy, and I will directly mentor you, and my mentors will be involved as well. And then the second route is the Legacy Partnership, which is where you build your wealth business with my mentoring, and then you sponsor and mentor an underprivileged entrepreneur who wants to get out of a war zone or a poverty trap, or is an asylum seeker or whatever, or a returning citizen. All these people have no future ahead of them. And this will create generational impact. So those are my 2 pathways. So just want to round this up by saying, yeah, as I mentioned before, passion is necessary. Although I did have one person say to me today, why are you using this word passion? It represents suffering. Well, I'm not using it in that way. I'm using it in the way of energy and enthusiasm and a kind of zest, razzmatazz, to get on with your mission. But passion's not enough. I know so many people who are passionate about their projects, but they give up. Last year, only 4% of the people who started new businesses carried on. We need commitment, 100% commitment, because that is the fuel that keeps that fire of passion or razzmatazz going. And without that structured commitment, then progress stalls and eventually you give up. Staying consistent, taking bold action, and investing in your future is going to get you there. So I mentioned my Calendly. Yeah, do book with me as soon as you can. I'm very, very happy to talk with you. Natasha can help you with that too. So that's it, really. I think the next stage for both Richard and you, Dawn, and anybody else out there, we don't really know who else is listening. We've got about 35 people registered today, I believe. Anybody out there, please talk to me. Book a free call with me. I'm more than willing to talk to you about this. I can give you an audit of your skills and strategies so far, and those which are appropriate for this millionaire track. And then I can recommend the first steps to you. And we can get going and take action. So yeah, please book an appointment with me, and let's talk further. I think we've gone over time. Wow, I'm sorry about that. And you may have to go, I guess. But let me just throw out if there are any final questions. Richard, how about you? Speak to us.
Yes, I've just unmuted myself. I didn't know whether I had the power to do that, but thank you for that. I've been reflecting of those two models. The legacy partnership would certainly be the one that I would go for. I'm currently with a coach at the moment, and he is a fellow Christian, and I'm not about to abandon my faith for the sake of some kind of limiting belief cure scenario or anything like that. So are there Christians within your lineup of people that you've mentored or anything like that? And to what extent has there been a conflict of paradigms getting in the way of any part of the process?
Oh, nothing.
There is nothing at all. Right. Okay.
Nothing at all. This is interdenominational, if you like.
Okay.
Of course, I'm a strong Buddhist, and I brought that to bear on my two products here. Yes. But I am a very, I was born a Christian, you know. I've dabbled with Islam, you know, I've been very interested in religion all my life. So no, there's no friction, no conflict at all. The essence of all this is really the mindset change, which takes away the stigma that is attached to money. I mentioned this earlier. It's a long topic, this, which I could go on for hours about. But basically, most of us have this guilt thing about money. When I set out on my millionaire path and boldly, being me, announced it to my dear friends, they were all horrified. They said, "Oh, how awful. Why are you doing that?" You know, they were horrified. My family and friends rejected me, really, because there is this stigma, which is so stupid and so irrational. And if we can reframe what money is truly, what it truly is, it is energy.
I mean, have we got time for me to share a bit of a screen, or not? It's okay if everybody else is.
I don't think I've got time today, but I want to.
That's fine. What I will do then is that I would like. I think as I write, I'm if you like more of a natural writer than speaker, and it gives me time to get my thoughts together. I have in mind to send you an email because my current coaching mentor, he wants me to send messages to all sorts of people. I was going to wait for him to give me a kind of bio or summary offer of his own, so that I can, and I'm wanting, and he is wanting to develop a team of coaches. He wants to get to know all sorts of coaches around the world to whom he can recommend, and we have a complete absence of affiliate marketing between us. I recommend him because I like him and I think he coaches certain things well, and I'm trusting him to do the same with me as our relationship grows, and we would do the same for you, and we would not be wanting any kind of return for that.
Oh, but that's lovely.
I like the idea, and I've also written, if you like, my own scientific analysis of the atheistic paradigm, but I have ended up in a note of respect for all faiths, because I do not really want to kind of alienate someone who in fact commit themselves, or even the atheist who says, well, look, I don't really know enough about anything to commit myself to anything. Well, that's okay. It's a hard line as I'm after here with what I'm trying to do. So yeah.
Great.
I will send you some stuff, and
Send
we'll
me some stuff, and I will
see
send
how
you
the
some
thread
stuff.
works up. And
Right.
the other thing is, I'm particularly interested in the legacy model because I have been contacted by countless African Christians and Pakistani and all sorts of people, and they are overwhelmed by their orphanages and the other things they're doing for which they're getting no return. And I would like to introduce them to affiliate marketing as, if you like, a low initial investment thing. And so I'm definitely interested in that. And I think that that is something that can be done independent of any particular faith system or anything like that.
Great.
So I'm going to continue working with my coach. The next thing I'm going to do, send you this email with his bio, my offer, and also the offer that I previously had, because that sets out the limiting beliefs that some of my fellow Christians have. They've got all sorts of problems. Don't imagine a Christian state. We don't.
Richard, before you, please send me anything you like, but please book in to talk to me because I want to actually talk to you about this.
I'd like to do that now.
Can I just jump in, Richard, just for a moment?
Dawn's
Yeah,
probably
because
got to go.
I need to go, and
Okay.
I don't want to jump in on your time. So thank you very much, Lyndon, and I'll get to speak to you another time.
Good. I look forward to that very much, Dawn.
Okay, thank you.
Keep in touch, and
Thank you.
I'm sure we can do something.
Thank you very much.
Okay, great. Thank you for coming. Yes, Richard, I don't have so much time now, but
Here's the link to your Calendly. I tell you what, why don't I send you this email? In reply, you can send me the link to your Calendly, and then we'll have had time to reflect on the stuff that we've read. Because I imagine you're a reader as much as you are a writer. And then we'll see how we go. And then that is an auditable conversation. An email thread, a naturally auditable aspect to it. So
that's brilliant. And you know, in the meantime, on LinkedIn, I will put my Calendly in a message to you. So if you look at LinkedIn before you look at your email, then you'll be able
fantastic. That solves the problem.
Well, maybe that's the best way, and then you can just jump in because I'm getting quite busy. I'm talking, just out of interest, I'm talking to 2 diversity professors on Friday who I've kind of talked to a lot about these schemes here on LinkedIn, but they're in various universities around the world, and they're so keen on the partnership idea. So I think I'm going to be really getting very busy. So the best thing to do is book some time with me, and then we can really get down to brass tacks. And yes, it's a great idea to send your stuff. I'll send you my stuff, and we can use the messaging system. It's very secure.
Channels, yes, and
probably
I've got multiple channels. I've got a WhatsApp group. I've got stuff going on. So no problem at all. Next thing I'll be doing between now, I've got 3 other calls for later today, but there is a gap between this one and the next one for me to get this email out to you. So
glad to know you're so busy. Okay, I'll just stop this recording right now because I'll just stop the recording.